Hi everyone, Father Matthew Graham here, trying to provide you a parish update for May 12th. I'll get to what the news everyone else is kind of waiting on until at the end, but there's a few things I want to announce that are coming up tonight and tomorrow, as well as preparing for a joyous weekend. So first off, it's kind of a reminder that on Tuesday nights I have been offering a class live on Facebook, and so our very first one, the reminder tonight at 7 p.m. here on Facebook Live, or if you're going to be watching later on YouTube, continue going through the Catechism of the Catholic Church. And so tonight's going to be hopefully the final class for this part. And we're looking really at the Our Father prayer, and the Catechism breaks it down beautifully, going almost line by line. And it's a prayer that we are so familiar with, but even myself sometimes have to remind what is said in each of those lines and how it has an impact on us. But also it's very important, especially, praying the rosary, going to Mass when we say it. Do we realize what we are saying in that prayer, a prayer that our Lord taught us? So please join me this evening at 7 p.m. if you are available to do so. Also, if you remember, I put in the bulletin, and I think the last parish update, talking about renewing our consecration of our parishes to Mary. That happened on May 1st, done by Archbishop Gomez and many bishops throughout the United States, as well as up in Canada. And this to remind us just her intercession during this pandemic and everything that is going on. And so I'm going to do that specifically for my parishes of St. Elizabeth and St. Jules, but also inviting all of you to join me as well. So tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing it since it is the Feast of Our Lady of Fatima tomorrow. These beautiful words as she appeared to Lucia: "Do not be afraid, I will not harm you, I am from heaven," and began these series of apparitions over several months that has really spoke to a period of time back in 1917 when there was a darkness because of World War I going on, everything else going on in the world. And of course around that time would have started the Spanish flu and everything that happened. And so it's a reminder of that. I will reconsecrate our parishes to Mary. So we begin at 5:30 with the Rosary, followed by the consecration prayer. You can find that in this weekend's bulletin. So if you just go to sesjchurch.com and you click on bulletins, you can go read a bulletin for the weekend, and that prayer's in there, and I'll find a way to share with everyone tomorrow. So just to kind of remind everyone about that as a important thing for us, and part of my own life and spirituality is a devotion to the Blessed Mother. And really, I think for all Catholics, it is important. And so hopefully you'll join me tomorrow night at 5:30. I will try to record it and to share it with everybody, much like I'm trying to do with the software now here, is that it's going to Facebook Live and also being recorded to be posted to YouTube. So please join me tomorrow night if you can. If not, I'll have that posted, hopefully not too much longer after that, so that you can join in on that tomorrow on Wednesday. So now to all the information, as I put out there earlier, that Masses will resume this weekend for us. As we noted yesterday, the governor gave the clearance for the state to move into phase 1 of reopening, which included the churches. So what does that look like? I'm going to post the bishop's official letter that he sent out on our website shortly, as well as onto our Facebook page. But I wanted to talk just briefly on certain things, and now have something a little more detailed as we get closer towards this weekend to help you and your family prepare for coming back to the public celebration of Mass, which I know people have been asking, when is it going to happen? What's it going to look like? Well, here's some information for you to consider. First and foremost, the Sunday Mass obligation continues to be dispensed for all Catholics indefinitely. Repeat, the obligation continues to be dispensed for all Catholics indefinitely. What does that mean? So basically, there is no obligation to attend Mass during this time, much like we've seen in the past for when certain hurricanes come, to remove that Sunday obligation and to fill it with something else to make it holy. Well, because of this, what's going on right now, there is no obligation to attend a Mass on the weekend. So if you're uncomfortable, not sure if you should go back, or you've gotten sick, or you think, well, I'm just concerned about something happening to me if I were to go to Mass, may this ease your mind that there is no obligation to attend. And my suggestion, though, is that maybe, all right, Father, I want to attend Mass, but I'm leery going weekends because more likely that's where families will go or a lot of people. What I encourage you then is to attend a daily Mass. Which you think, well, what's the difference there? Well, really, the only difference between right now with everything going on and the suspension of the obligation, the only difference between a Sunday Mass and a weekday Mass is the weekday Mass could be a little bit shorter, no music, shorter readings, shorter homily. So if you really want to receive the Blessed Sacrament again, to attend Mass, my encouragement to you is to attend one of the daily Masses. Because that there usually will be a smaller crowd, and I think hopefully that will still connect you with the sacrifice of the Mass and coming back. So please know of that. So just again, reemphasize, Sunday obligation dispensed with. Now, along with that, here is what the governor's been sharing, the Louisiana Department of Health, and reminding ourselves, here is the new normal for all people. Everyone should wear appropriate face coverings in public except children under 2 and individuals with severe breathing. So what we're going to encourage you to do, and I'll say in a minute, is to wear a mask. But also, hopefully, we're all still practicing that good hygiene of washing our hands for at least 20 seconds. The best way I've seen certain people put it out there is they have this, and as you're doing it, say an Our Father prayer. Another way maybe to bring in tonight's class into your memory and remind yourself, washing your hands and saying that Our Father prayer as you do that. And when you finish, then you've finished the prayer, you finish washing and rinsing. And then, of course, maintaining the social distancing of at least 6 feet from non-household contacts. And then again, if you are sick, you have concerns, or all those type of things, please stay home. So with that, important items to consider as you come back to a public Mass. First, parishioners are required to bring and wear a mask while in the worship space. So basically what that's basically saying is, please bring a mask with you and wear it. As of right now, we do not have access to masks. It is very hard to come by, but I know a lot of people around the area are making them. Anyone watching this video who has some that would like to give away, maybe here at the parish could be a clearinghouse for that. So if you have some masks that you would like to give away or have made or offering to make some for the parish, please let me know. But please, if you're going to come to Mass, wear a mask. As well as, I would suggest having your own little bottle of hand sanitizer for personal use. And then, as we're maintaining before and the conclusion of Mass, it's important to maintain norms of social distancing needs to be observed. So in the sense that basically as you come into church, I know everyone's going to be happy to see each other, maintain that social distancing, kind of wait to come in. We're not exactly sure how the procedures will work, but more than likely we'll have ushers there to kind of space people as they come in, which brings up the next point I would like to go over. As you come into the church, fill the church from the front, moving back. I know that's going to, upset a few people because, all right, where's my spot? Well, your spot actually might be marked off. As of right now, we can only have a 25% occupancy in the church. And so pews are going to be marked off. So maybe in your normal spot, you can't even sit in. But to help us make sure we can fill the church properly and get as many people in there and hopefully not have to turn anyone away, please fill the church from the front. We will move our way back, and then helps with the social distancing as well. And then finally, no books will be distributed. And so the sense is that, well, those missalettes, those things we use every weekend, can be a source of contact and holding on to this virus. So as of right now, there will be no books in the church for you to use for Mass. I know a lot of you like following along, so I encourage you, if you have the Word Among Us, bring it. If you have your own daily Roman Missal, bring it. People may think I'm crazy saying this, but you can use your phone during Mass if you want to follow the readings. And as far as music, we are going to work on making sure, finding that there are songs for you that you know and can sing. Will it always happen? Probably not. Well, I should say not often, let's put it that way. But hopefully you will be able to recognize some of the songs during this Easter season and can be able to sing and join with us. So, this brings into the next area. Important notes. All Masses will be at St. Elizabeth for the next 2 weeks. I know this might be a shock to some, but consider this. It is of our parishes the largest church. So typically St. Elizabeth, I think, for Christmas Eve at 4 o'clock, we can hold 500 to 515 people. So you take 25% of that, that's 125, which gets close to normal average for attendance at Mass, a little bit less than some, a little bit more than others. But it is the largest of the church. Second, it's only one church to clean. Third, there are more bathrooms available at the community center that we can work on, so you're not everyone using one bathroom, whether it be at St. Jules or we've been working on the CCD building. So this gives us a little more flexibility and hopefully keeping you safe. So I know maybe disappointment for the people around St. Jules, but for the next 2 weeks at least, we're going to be using St. Elizabeth Church since it is the largest and gets us into an area that we know we can accommodate the most people, but also work with spacing. I was over there working with Sister Nesia to kind of look at that, and then also to test out some cleaning solutions as we look at cleaning the churches. All right, so all the masses will be at St. Elizabeth. So what will the mass schedule look like? Well, the goal for right now, and I put at the very caveat, times and location are subject to change. But as of right now, our weekend schedule starting this weekend, Saturday Mass, 4 p.m. And then Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. Note the new time. That's been something we've talked about, and people are like, why is your Mass on Sunday at 10:45? And I think back in the day it was PSR and trying to accommodate that. So this is if we're going to make a kind of restart, reboot everything. So let's try this and see how it works, especially with cleaning. And I know it's going to, maybe some people not be recognizing that. But I think this is the good time to maybe try to see how this works. And be like, well, Father, what about your schedule? You don't have enough time between Masses. Well, with all the Masses being at one location, that will be of assistance as well in making that change. But I'm going to wait for comments come back on that. So, weekend schedule, Saturday 4 p.m., Sunday 8:30, Sunday 10:30 a.m. Weekday. So I tried to look at what we've done beforehand and kind of maintain, but this gives me more of a better rhythm going through right now. So weekday schedule, Monday night, 6 p.m., just like we have had a normal in the past. Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. I'm going to add a Thursday daily Mass back, so Thursday evening at 6 p.m. And then Friday mornings, 8 p.m., which has become the norm as of recent with the school. So that's to be the weekday schedule. So basically the only day we're not going to have Mass is Wednesday, and I'm going to try to go back to a schedule of having Wednesdays as my day off. So hopefully that accommodates a lot of people. And like I said, if you're uncomfortable coming on the weekends or unsure because of the crowds, come to those weekday Masses. With all of that, here's my recommendation for this first week, is that you only attend one Mass. So from Saturday to the following Saturday, only attend one Mass. I know there's some people who like attending both weekend Masses and daily Masses, but for right now, to accommodate and see who's coming, but also to keep everyone safe as much as possible, I ask that you only attend one Mass starting from this weekend through the week, and that gives me a chance to see how many people are coming, and then if I need to readjust, we will do so. But that's my encouragement for everyone at this time. Also, when it comes to at the Mass, specifically, I am asking that right now we're only going to use a lector, one lector to help. I'm going to be the only one distributing communion. So we're going to work on getting a lector sign-up sheet for people. So I will need help, not only with the weekend Masses, but even daily Mass. And so if you're interested in helping out, we will work on getting that information out to you this week. And then as those who have served in the past as Eucharistic ministers, I might need your help as we look towards starting things up, maybe to fill in the help with the role of being usher or cleaning after Masses. So if you're interested in helping us clean the churches this coming week, we're looking at either Thursday or Friday, please let me know. One is still to maintain that social distancing and limit a number of people, but we've got some cleaning supplies, and I want to see if we can find a way to clean all of our churches before the more people start returning and being more comfortable for St. Elizabeth, St. Jules, and St. Martin Mission Chapel. So if you're interested in helping out as a lector or cleaning the churches this week or after the Masses, please let me know, and I'm going to remind people about that. And I may be calling you too if I don't hear from anybody. So please let me know if you're interested in helping with that. So that is a kind of a quick update of what things are going. Hopefully, looking at Thursday is truly the day, especially for St. Elizabeth, cleaning it, getting all the pews marked that are closed and safe, putting tape on the ground to show distancing. And once I have that, I may try to take a video for everyone, kind of explain what will Sunday Masses look like. I know it's going to be odd seeing everyone you know, but they're going to be covered with a face mask. For the most of the Mass, I will not be wearing a mask. I will wear a mask when I distribute communion, and also I'll use hand sanitizer before giving out. Another other thing too is when coming to Mass, please do not wear a glove. I will not be using a glove to give out communion, and nor should you be receiving the precious body in your hand with a glove, because again, of particles and those type of things. So please, no gloves. But if it becomes a necessity to, at least for most of the Mass, to have one on, but when you come to communion, please don't wear a glove. So those are kind of the quick updates. I'm going to try to put those in a little bit more formats, but I wanted to make the slides to make this presentation a little bit easier, so you can go back, read it, share it with people, and then I will try to work on getting this all formatted correctly to go onto YouTube as well, so you can go back and watch and spread the information. So now I need your help in spreading the word that yes, public masses will begin again this weekend. And again, wearing a mask, having your own source of hand sanitizer, only attending one Mass, and then we'll just see how things go. I'm sure there's other things I'm forgetting to mention at this moment, but I'm sure people will remind me after this. And I'm going to work on a more detailed presentation as we get towards the end of this week. And of course, we'll have updates as we begin Masses and hopefully start some sense of normalcy. It will be strange. And hopefully, if we're all doing what we're called to do by the governor, but it's also the health professionals, that if we continue progressing in the right direction, that phase 2 will come quickly, and then hopefully to phase 3 and a more opening of things. And that's my prayer and my hope. So I hope this has been very helpful for you. For those on Facebook, more than welcome to stay on for a few moments if you have questions. For those on YouTube, please don't ever hesitate to contact me here at the office using my email address, which is in the bulletin, or just send me a message on Flocknote, as I'll be sending this out through that way. So to all of you, hope this has been a very helpful update and more information to come, but I want to at least provide something to you today because I know people are waiting to hear what has been planned and what is going on. So for those on Facebook, stay on for a few moments. To the others, I look forward to seeing you soon. God bless.